A new social contract is redefining the employee-employer relationship. The employee as customer is a much-touted phrase doing the rounds at the moment. How would you interpret this phrase?
Well, if we look at the type of thing that Jacob Morgan has outlined, he's shown how the leadership role is changing, how manager roles are changing, and how individual experience of work is changing. So in every case, it's just more choice, and in every case, that's therefore more diversity that the organization needs to deal with and that HR needs to manage effectively. So we're giving people a lot more freedom, and yet we're trying to manage from a data perspective more than ever to get insight into how they're using that freedom. So it's no more 9 to 5 now. You can work 24/7 pretty much, depending on the job that you have. 10 years ago, if you'd gone to Tesco and said, could I please have a shift from 3 until 5 in the morning, they would have said you were crazy. Now they're begging for people to work that shift because they need their 24/7 stores. So turning this around from being that employees do what the organization wants them to do, it's got to be the organization needs to make it compelling for the employee to do what they need, which will be just-in-time learning, which will be working remotely because it's more cost-effective, which will be giving more active and productive feedback on themselves, each other, and the products. It will be not necessarily seeking hierarchical acceleration in their careers, but exploring horizontal career progression. It will be leaving the organization to get critical experience and coming back into it again. All of these things are constructively helpful to the organization, whereas we used to say, you'll sit at a desk from 9 to 5 and that's how you do your job. We're now saying, please work anywhere, do whatever we ask, whenever we ask it, on whatever platform that you need to, your own device, our device, and just be flexible with that. But now HR has to make that infrastructure sound and secure increasingly to allow for all of that diversity to be valuable to the individual and the organisation.
Yeah, and I think it's more about the expectation amongst the workforce around technology now is so often if you want to go and book your holiday off in a corporate system, you get faced with an ERP system that is, the interface was built 10, 20 years ago, and you have to navigate in certain ways. So if you don't do the right drop down and do the right thing in the moment, it won't record your story, it won't go to your line manager. Yet our experience outside is if we want to go and buy something at the moment, we see something, we just hit the app on our phone. We can even talk to our phones now and it will find the information. So that user experience has to change and it's all customized. I can set my mobile phone up with all the apps on it, the things that I need and I find important in my life. It might tell the wrong story in terms of it, but that's where we need to shift to, and that expectation is amongst particularly the sort of the younger generations coming, because they've grown up with this and they arrive into a large corporate or an organisation where that technology or operation is just not there.
Well, and I think there is that expectation of younger people who've been working with it for longer perhaps to say they should have an app for this and the app should be as easy to use as whichever other app I'm using. But similarly, where we've got an older generation, the digital immigrants that we're saying please adopt, we can't make it hard to navigate. It has to be as intuitive for those who've never used this kind of technology as it is for those who are natives to that sort of technology. I think this is where the user experience has just got to be redefined. And we can't be slow to that, which again is to say, plug the right things into your system. If something is going to have the adoption that you need because it's the right user experience, that might be more of a win than something else that might do the job better for you from a back office point of view, but which people don't engage with. Yeah. So this is absolutely, and the travel example is brilliant. How many organizational travel systems are as effective as Expedia or eBookers or Travelocity?